Hello, fellow YouTubers. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, weighing in. A lot of talk in the news about, people drinking sugary drinks. They want Congress or somebody wants to put a limit on how big a soda can be, and if you're eating stuff like pizza, somebody doesn't like the fat in it. It's just people telling you what you can and can't do. Once again, 90% of the world's problems could be solved if one person or individual would just stop trying, or person or group would just stop trying to tell another person or group how to live their lives, how to run their lives. Especially when they use force, like the government does. Michelle Obama, talking about, what school kids can and can't eat. Well, look what she eats. You always got somebody out there trying to tell you what you can or can't do. Now, on the other hand, personal responsibility. They're saying obesity is a sickness. It's a disease. Well, for some people, genetics dealt them a pretty bad hand. Nothing they can do about it, for the most part. But even if genetics dealt you a bad hand, doesn't mean you got to make things worse by eating a bunch of fatty foods. For example, pizza. You could eat one slice of pizza. See? I got one slice of pizza. That's all I'm eating. You don't have to eat the whole dang pizza in one sitting. Nope. I got me some Gatorade. What was on sale. It's got 21 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. But that's per serving size. See, this has 2.5 servings per container. That's about 50 grams of sugar. That's more than my daily quota. But on the other hand, I work out, so I can burn that off. And usually, if you notice my other videos, I usually have Powerade Zero, but this is what was on sale. 65 cents each if you buy 15. Normally it's $1. So I figured that was a good use of my money. But my main point is that you got to take personal responsibility for your weight. Government doesn't need to weigh in on it. You got to be honest with yourself. If you repeatedly eat too much and too much of the wrong foods, chances are you're going to get fat. Obese, maybe. It's going to affect your health. You've got to take personal responsibility for it, just like I do. Now, the question really is, what are you going to do about it? If you take a good look at yourself, if you're out of shape, you going to continue going the way you're going, or are you going to make a change? Change is hard, but it's simple. You just have to pay attention every minute. Make a decision. You're going to stay on track, or you're going to veer off course. It's up to you. It really is. And government's got no business telling you what you can and can't eat. I mean, it's ridiculous. You think about it. This country was founded to get away from having the king telling people what to do and taking their money. And look what's happened. How did that happen? But that's a whole different topic. Today's topic is taking responsibility for your weight. Now, it's up to you. you can say, yeah, you know what? Man, he's right. I got to do something about it. And then start today. Or you could just say, ah, he's a windbag and not pay me any mind. Choice is yours. I got no say-so in the matter. It's your life, your decision, your choice. Question is what you're going to do. I mean, that's what it all boils down to. If you're out of shape, then maybe you can start, you know, lifting a 5-pound weight. Maybe you go for a walk. Start out slow. Maybe you can do a push-up or a pull-up. Start out slow. But just build on it each day. Maybe take Sundays off. That's what I do. It's not hard. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. See, once again, that's marketing. The advertisers, the salespeople. They think you got to go out and buy a whole bunch of clothes and shoes and all this gear. I mean, you've seen the infomercials. You know how much of that stuff winds up in garage sales? It's pretty funny. Some people actually use it. I have a Solaflex. I use that, sit-ups, reverse body curls, pull-ups, things like that. I got some inversion boots. I can do upside-down sit-ups. Those are tough, but that's how you get your six-pack abs. That's for dang sure. But you got to start slow and just keep at it. As far as what you eat, I mean, you know, every now and then you enjoy life. But on a daily basis, regular recurring basis, eat healthy. When you go to the grocery store, if you go to a grocery store, some people are living on a homestead, they grow their own, and that's the best way to do it. But if you go to the grocery store, for the most part, walk around the outside. That's where you find all the real food. You know, your produce, your milk, eggs, butter, you know, your dairy products, fruits, meat. It's usually around the outside. You walk up and down the aisles, that's when you find your canned goods. Some of those are real food. You find stuff in a box. I don't know about you, but last time I went out in the garden, I didn't see anything in a box. You know, that doesn't mean everything in a box is bad for you, but it's just something to think about. You know, you can buy your spaghetti, that comes in a box. Buy your macaroni, that comes in a box. You know, buy some breakfast cereal, that comes in a box. Let's see, grits, oatmeal, that comes in a box. That's okay, but some of that other stuff, I don't know. Oh yeah, Jiffy corn mix. I love that Jiffy cornbread mix. That comes in a box. I'm talking about that hamburger helper. The thing about hamburger helper is it costs a lot for convenience. I think I did a video about that. It's paying for convenience. Funny thing is, how much time does it take to season your own food? Huh? Really? Get some spices, salt, pepper, Italian spices, garlic. It's not that difficult. There's plenty of videos on cooking and cookbooks at the library and blogs. I mean, it's really not that hard. Doesn't take that much more time. But hey, you know, if somebody likes their tuna helper, I'm not going to tell them they shouldn't do it or can't do it. I'm just saying there might be a slightly more cost-effective alternative. Point is that you got to take responsibility for what you put in your mouth. And if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, well, you created it. That means you can change it. You can start changing it today. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. See, if you've never planted a seed, do so. And the reason why is simple. No matter what you do, that seed ain't going to grow any faster. It will teach you patience. Think about that. You plant that seed, you water it, maybe give it some plant food, put it in the sun, Doesn't matter what you do. That seed's on its own timetable. And when it's ready, it will bloom and blossom and produce the fruit or vegetable that it produces. But a lot of people are impatient. So that's why you need to plant a seed. Learn how to take care of it. And then when you do that, then you can apply that to your life. So you can plant seeds in your own life where you start doing something like exercise and eating right, and then somewhere down the road you start to see, hey, your clothes are fitting a little bit looser, and you're starting to, your friends say, hey man, you've been working out, starting to see some muscles there. You know, we're not talking about you have to be some bodybuilder, you know, magazine cover, but you know what you need to do, and you don't need me or anybody else to tell you. You know when you're slacking, you know when you're off course, you know when you're messing up. That's what's so funny about it. We all do. Not saying you have to be Spartan about it, but you just have to pay attention, think about it, be aware, and work towards it. You know, better health, that's you. It's all up to you. Not no Obamacare. We don't need to worry about that. And you don't need to take any of them miracle, you know, weight loss things. No, you don't need any of that stuff. Because once again, that's just marketing, sales, and advertising trying to get into your wallet to separate you from your hard-earned dollar. You don't have to join a gym unless you think it helps. See, I joined the gym because I wanted to play racquetball. But then within the first, 2 months, I got hurt playing racquetball twice, so I gave it up and started just going to the workout classes. But at the ranch, I'm not going to be going to workout classes unless I'm conducting them. So I'll just be doing it on my own. I don't know if you guys would be interested in my fitness routine. Kind of changes up a little bit. But it's nothing fancy. I got some free weights. Now I've got my Soloflex. I even got my step. But you don't need any of that. I mean, I used to use a couple of empty Clorox bottles. I fill them with sand. When you can lift those suckers filled with sand, you know you've made it. Hold those suckers out. See how long you can hold them out when they're filled with sand. They're heavy. Real heavy. Anyway, I'm probably getting in the boring zone here, talking too much. So, main point is that you know what you need to do when it comes to your own weight. You know, we got to take care of our bodies because that's all we got. So if you haven't been taking care of yours, you know, no more excuses. Now's the time to do it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I appreciate all your comments and subscriptions. Really do. And take care of yourself so that way you'll be around to watch more of my videos.